Alright, we're here. Again, it is now St. Patrick's Day. I made sure to wear green. Don't worry, I didn't get pinched. In fact, I didn't see, like, any pinching at school, which is surprising, because everyone was looking for someone to pinch, and even when they found someone that you were allowed to pinch, they just forgot to. Sorry, my computer has this dumb thing where a command prompt will just pop up on the screen for no reason, and then it'll just make my thing... just make my computer focus on that instead of Minecraft, and that messes me up a lot. So that's why I was just hitting at nothing for a second. I'd like you to go into the void now. Anyways, I'm dressed up as a leprechaun. Oh, you can't see it at the moment. Why isn't my paper doll showing? For some reason, my frames and input response are not doing so well right now, but that's fine. We can, cross that bridge when we get to it, so... Whoa, we did it. Let's hit him one more time. Anyways, I've done, like, most of this stuff to make all of my, like, configurations and texture pack and all that available to the public. I do still need to make the updated version of the skin pack. What the heck just... Anyways, I do still need to make that, but at the moment I don't have the time. You see, I probably shouldn't be playing video games right now. I have till Thursday to get all of my missing work in. And, well, it's Tuesday at the moment, and I have like 25 missing assignments. Because my teachers, I'll give them the missing assignments, and they just will not put them into the gradebook, because they don't care. They don't care if it's their job. They just sit there, they teach, and then they make money. Alright. Reasonable knockback. Let's just block that off. Excuse me, sir. I did try to equip some green St. Patrick's Day themed cosmetics, but there isn't a 4-leaf clover cosmetic, I think. I mean, there is the luck effect, which has that, but you can't exactly get the luck effect in Bedrock Edition, but that's fine. I did put on a green cage, only to realize that Bedwars doesn't have cages. Excuse me, sir, you gotta die. Nerd. And that... I also set the particles for when I'm using the projectile to be happy villager ones, because those are just green emerald looking particles, so you know that's pretty close. Then I also realized that there's no projectiles in Bedwars pretty much. But anyways, I would have also made my chat color green for whenever I talk, but I had to nick, and I would have nicked myself at St. Patrick's, but my Titan rank wore off like 2 days ago, so now I can't do custom nicks anymore, so I had to just keep re-rolling the random ones until, like, what the heck? Anyways, I had to keep re-rolling the random ones until I got one that seemed like a leprechaun. I mean, outrageous total, that sounds like something a leprechaun would be, because they are always outrageous. They just go around causing trouble, putting green footprints on people's walls and stuff. Like, that is way outrageous. Nerd. I'm used to reasonable strafing patterns. That's the secret, is you just need to do some strafing patterns that no one else would do because they're so stupid. And then people will think, you know, it's like not something that anyone would predict. Therefore, it's easy to get away with. Excuse me, sir. You're just gonna... I don't speak Russian, so I'm just gonna have to murder you now. Just gonna pinch you. That's what I'm doing today. I'm pinching nerds because they're not wearing green. Wow. Great connection to the server. So basically, I made this leprechaun version of my skin. I will try again to unveil it. Okay, never mind. I'll just have to turn paper doll on in settings. Hold on, give me a sec. There it is, yeah. It's terrible. It's hard to see my skin underneath it, though, but still, it's me. And everything's better when it's me. Nerd. 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 My gosh, this hit registration. It's so great. It's registering every single hit that happens. That's how great it is. What was that? Alright. I was gonna say so close, but no. I'm better than to rage. I am not that kind of person because I'm a leprechaun, and leprechauns are always calm and reasonable. Okay? So anyways, you know, that's the only thing I could do to, like, make this actually, like, work for St. Patrick's Day. But that is completely fine. So anyways, yeah. Today I'm pinching these nerds because they are not wearing green. So I'm legally allowed to. You see, it's like, they can still run. They're still allowed to run from the pinching, but they can't do a single thing about it if I successfully pinch them. They're not allowed to do anything back. Anyways, this is probably like one of my favorite holidays. Like, I love Halloween and Christmas. Those two are probably some of my top holidays, but like they have like the spooky feeling and like the warm feeling, like the feeling of the cold, but also the bundled up and warm with Christmas while waiting for the presents, you know, that suspense. But I also love Easter and St. Patrick's Day because they have that fun spring vibe about it. I love fall. Sometimes I say I love it the most, but I just really love spring. It just has that nice spring vibe to it, you know? I'm just gonna let this dude live for a minute so I can actually do more of the commentary. That failed miserably. So anyways, you know, it's like that nice feeling when you just wake up, it's getting warm outside, it's just that nice perfect weather. You go and I'm gonna give him a chance. He still has no chance because it's against me. Yes, get the diamonds, that'll help you. Get those diamonds. You've got this. So anyways, I do miss, like, when I was younger, because I would just go outside. We had this, like, big 4-acre backyard. It was pretty nice. I would just go outside and look for 4-leaf clovers in that nice sun. Like, April, May, and March, the temperature is just perfect outside. Like, nothing compares to that. And, like, I just sit there underneath the warm sun, you know, it's not too hot, it doesn't burn, but it's also, like, nice and cool at the same time. That was effective, yes. Excuse me, sir, you're gonna have to die. Just grabbed 2 of those and did nothing else. I don't know, like, to explain it better, like, I have a birthday in May, and my birthday is always so fun because it's, like, right, like, usually the day that school gets out. So, you know, it's like, we get to stay home from school, but it's not like the other breaks, because we just don't think about school. We don't think about our grades at all. We just think, oh my gosh, school's out forever now, and it just feels so nice. And, like, I'll sit there. And we used to have this, like, swing bench thing on our porch. That was a terrible bridge. And I would honestly just fall asleep on that outside randomly during the summer and spring sometimes. But, like, it was just so nice to sit on there on my birthday. Alright, I guess that example is not too good. Let me give you another example of one of my birthdays. If we go a couple years ago, was the year that Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out. Like, it was my birthday, and I guess, like, only a month later, most of my life got ruined because of some unfortunate circumstances. But, like, let me see. Oh, dang it, I killed him too quickly. But anyways, you know, I went, and it was the exact last day of school, right? So it was this field day at school, because at that school, it's a charter school, by the way. So a lot of stuff was strict, so it felt nice to have a field day, and they always did the field day on the last day of school, and it was always the best, alright? Like, in my previous school before that, we had done this thing where, like, everybody got into groups of, like, 4, like, everyone in the school, and then across the entire school, there was, like, I think 300 maybe different activities that we would rotate throughout. and it was so fun. I loved playing Duck Duck Goose, because I usually hate getting wet, but when it's like outside, at least try, please, at least try. Nerd, just try. Like, basically at this, like, field day on my birthday, right? It's the last day of school. It was 8th grade, so right after that I was shipped off to high school, or in other words, teenage penitentiary, hell. There's a few different terms for it that are used. But anyways, you know, it was like my last day there. My friend, he had this water in a water bottle. I wanted to spare you for a second. But anyways, my friend had this water in a plastic water bottle. He didn't even open it. He didn't want it. And he was like, hey, I don't want this. Does anyone want it? And I'm like, actually, could you dump that on me? Because it was pretty hot outside. Because it was midday. Like, the rest of the day was the perfect temperature. But it was just extremely hot outside at that moment. I'm just going to leave this dude alone for a second to finish this story. But, like, it felt so good because I just got that water on me. Like, come on! Anyways, he dumped the water on me. And I didn't care about the uniform because, you know, like, the next month, or I guess in 2 or 3 months after that, I was headed off to high school. So, you know, I really did not care about the condition of a uniform. I'm just going to leave this dude alone for a second. Finish the story. Anyways. And then, like, later that day, my mom took me to Target so that I could pick out, like, I think it was $100 worth of presents. Because, you know, like, it's nice when you can pick your own presents sometimes, but, like, obviously not too much of it. I'm gonna leave you alone, sir. Don't get my bed, please. Don't attempt that jump, you will die, and I need to finish the story. Anyways, so, I went and I picked out Tears of the Kingdom because it had just come out. I played Breath of the Wild and loved it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to play this. Nerd. So anyways, you know, I got that, and then I played it for most of the day. It did take a while to download, but then I played it. I also got this, like, Frisbee that was made of fabric. It was this cool Frisbee that used fancy physics to operate. And I had that Frisbee for a while until I didn't. See how long I could survive this dude using only my hands. So anyways, you know, it was pretty nice. And then we went outside. I got these water balloons that were skinned to look like grenades. Because, you know, it's like you're throwing grenades in a war, you know. I also got a nice. I was quite into Fortnite at the time too, so I got my uncle, every year he would get me some random Nerf gun. He got me this one where it was a Nerf water gun, made to look like the pump shotgun from Fortnite. This guy. Anyways. Juke him! Anyways. So, you know, that was pretty nice. We had this epic water fight outside. And then I stayed up for 2 whole days straight after that, playing Tears of the Kingdom and getting quite a lot of progress in it. It was the best. And I even started to hallucinate while halfway asleep. Like, I started to hallucinate. Like, it was in the middle of the day, probably, and, like, we had to do these chores, but I was really tired, because, you know, I'd stayed up all night. Please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. He didn't. Nerd. So anyways, I was like, we had to do chores, and I wasn't doing them, because my mom always does that. When summer starts, she always, like, sets up this chore chart system. She's like, this summer we are going to be productive, we are not going to have fun, because it's summer, it's a time to be productive. That's what summer break is all about. Productive, not taking a break. Nerd. So, you know, obviously, we need chore charts, and we have to. She did this system where we had to stay outside all day for, like, the first 2 weeks of summer, which was obnoxious, okay? This guy is, like, really mad that he keeps getting into matches with me. Are you kidding me? So anyways, I did not do any of my chores that summer because I stayed up so much on Tears of the Kingdom that it just... Anyways. Wow, I'm good at bridging. Are you kidding me? What is this? Anyways, but like I'd stayed up extremely late that night playing it, and then I kept falling to sleep in my bed because, you know, I just laid there. I didn't even bother to change into different clothes because I wonder where he could be. I wonder.
Nerd. Nerd.
Wow, this is working very well with everything right now. Anyways, so I basically Tears of the Kingdom was burnt in my brain, in a way. And here, let me just flex, because, you know, that's what this is all about, is flexing. Basically, I started to, like, I don't know if I was half asleep or fully asleep, but I had dreams where I was, like, in Tears of the Kingdom, but also in real life. Like, I was walking around my house, but it was merged with different parts of Tears of the Kingdom, like different areas and mechanics and stuff. It was creepy. Anyways, I've gone on this long rant about how it feels on my birthday, even though it's the same feel as today, usually. When in reality, today is my sister's birthday, not mine. I mean, like, it's surprisingly not the birthday of my sister who's a ginger, or my stepsister who's a ginger. It's the birthday of the one that isn't a ginger. So, you know, that's unexpected. Okay, wow. Alright, well, that was probably a boring commentary, but the point is that I like spring. I like that Easter and St. Patrick's Day vibe, you know. It doesn't feel the same when you get older, because, you know, you're like, lots of stuff changes. What the heck? Alright, this might be the time that I lose my win streak.
Nerd.
Die, please. No, please don't. Sir, I need that. I kind of needed that, just a little bit. I mean, not that much, but, you know, it's my life source. So you can kind of see how it might be important, just a little bit. Die. This dude is way too confident in his ability to beat me. What was that reach? Excuse me, sir. Alright, check this out, ready?
Nerd.
I'm cool. Alright, now comes the part where I resort to drugs. Alright, he's gonna start getting stuff too, but what he doesn't know is that I have the power of these drugs here.
Nerd.
Alright. It didn't drink. There we go. Alright.
Nerd.
No. Excuse me, sir. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, whatever. I died that last match, but I mean, it's fine. It was the last, it was gonna be the last match of the video already, but, I don't know if I already did an outro on Cruz's house here, but I'm just gonna do it now. So, anyways, that's the end of the video. If you somehow enjoyed, consider checking out this video. Also, make sure to like and subscribe.